All right, so this is going to be our episode 8 of Mayans MC review here on Rants or Us. Show's getting, the show's picking up. It's getting a lot better. I feel like we're starting to see some really left turns, some turns that I, as a fan, and I know many of y'all out there, were not necessarily expecting, especially when it comes to EZ. Well, Easy and Angel, I would say. I feel like right now their trajectories were going one way at the beginning of this season, and then starting in one episode, just turned the other way. And it's like they traded lives to a certain extent. And you look, you can say that's for the better, that's for the worse. I personally think that if it was drawn out a little bit more, it'd be for the better. I don't like when things turn on a dime like that. I feel like, if you're going to have a character go through something like what Angel went through when it came to, the miscarriage, the heartbreak of losing not just, his son, but losing his girlfriend at the exact same period in time. I felt like you could have really drawn out that regret, that pain a little bit more. But no, what did they do? They gave him, reunited him with Adelita and his son. And I'm like, a little too quick, a little too quick. And then, look, it doesn't take a genius to figure out where that relationship's headed. That relationship is doomed from the start. Adelita's already hinted about that. You're going to, I mean, when you saw Angel say to her, "If you leave, the boy stays," that is just a clear sign by story by the writers of Mayans MC saying she's going to leave and he's going to be stuck with the kid, and that's it. That's it. And I'll say this: the way Easy and Angel, like I said, their trajectories going in opposite directions. I really believe Angel is not going to want his son in this life. He's taken on more of the better versions of Jax from SOA to a certain extent. He's taken on this role of, I really truly want to do better for my kid. I don't want my kid to be around this. I don't know how Angel's going to be able to live in the family that he lives in, and that happened. I really don't. Like, I don't. I feel like it's going to be a break with Easy, and it's going to be a break with his father, simply because he's going to want his son around all that death. And that's going to be interesting, but I don't think that's going to be anything that we're going to see this season. I think they're sowing seeds for it this season with the turn with Easy kind of turning a little evil. And I think that is going to be interesting, a storyline for next season that I am truly looking forward to seeing how that is going to play out. And I think that is going to be something that's going to play out for not just the rest of this season, next season. I think it's going to go as long as this series goes. I really do, and it's going to be interesting. It really is. But as far as episode 8 goes, when it comes to the Mayans and the SOA war, I feel like now Mayans or the showrunners and Mayans MC are trying to lessen the war, simply because they don't want nostalgia for characters in Charming to affect their current show. I don't think we're going to be seeing Easy go and take out Tig or Happy or any of those characters anytime soon. I don't think the showrunners have the balls to do that. I really don't in this show, and I don't know why I think that. Simply, but I kind of know why I think that. I think that because they had all the chance in the world to kill Happy. They did not do that. They promised us this war between Mayans and SOA, because of the death of that one SOA member at the party that turned out to be a nobody. Then, of course, you had Montez. They tried to play that off as a big SOA death. I'm sorry, guys. That dude was a minor character, a side character in SOA. He wasn't a big deal that he died. I felt nothing when he died. I mean, if you would have killed Tig off, if you'd have killed Chibs off, if you killed Happy off, even, you would have had a lot of fans going, whoa, that was a big death. Not Montez. Not Montez. So don't try to pull that on us, showrunners. That's not anybody. Now, but there's been big deaths. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Coco dying was a big death. But I just don't think from a nostalgia standpoint, SOA being the main head of, that started this spinoff to begin with, I don't really think they're going to mess with nostalgia when it comes to that. I don't think they're going to have any Mayans characters kill off any significant SOA characters. I really don't. Not unless it's by accident or something along those lines. I don't think they want or the chance of fans getting upset at their current line of characters. I really do believe that. But I'll say this. When it comes to not just Mayans, SOA, or whatever, but really any show now, I hate the good guy armor, the plot armor that occurs with characters. I feel like a story should go wherever the story goes, even if it kills off the main characters. I really feel that way. Look, it worked for SOA. I don't know why it don't work for any other show. I mean, not SOA. It worked for Game of Thrones. I don't know why it can't work for any other show. Let the story guide you to where it needs to go. And the reason why I say that is because of when Sons of Anarchy was on, they would go into a Mayans, den and would go and kill, 20 of them. None of them would get injured. And the same thing happened on this episode. Was the Mayans go in, they go into an SOA clubhouse. One guy gets injured, a nobody gets injured, and they're shooting at him point blank. And I'm like, so now SOA members are like, I don't know what, stormtroopers now? They can't hit the backside of a barn? How does that guy got like a machine gun and gets taken out by the guy that's got a pistol at point blank range? Like, that makes no sense to me from a story perspective. I'm not saying that you got to go kill Easy or Angel or Bishop or any of those guys. I'm just saying that at least have them be injured. At least let it be a dogfight. Don't just have them go in there and because they're, they've got that plot armor going for them and just have them, take out all these SOA members and there be like nothing, SOA has no chance in the world. I don't like that. I don't like that with any show, and I definitely didn't like that in this episode. But hey, what can you expect? That's just modern television now. For some reason, that's modern television. Nobody wants to take risks. Nobody wants the story to go where it needs to go. They are constantly trying to push their characters in the direction that they so choose them to, not necessarily the way the story chooses them. The best example of that is Easy and Emily. Like, my goodness, how many times do we have to be reminded of Emily? Does anybody at this point care 2 cents about Emily's story? It is like, I know they haven't done very much of it, but it's like a complete and total waste of time. But you can it feels like, when it comes to Gabby, when it comes to this new girlfriend that Easy's got, it just kind of feels like they're just there to die or to leave. Like, there's no chance that he can find love with them because Emily's out there and Emily is, his one true love that he's got to be with till the very end. That just kind of pisses me off. I don't like it. I don't think she fits. I never thought she fit. I was glad that they showed less of her last season. I think that the season was better for that. I think it's been better this season because of it as well. I don't want her to be brought back into the fold, but I know they will because they keep hinting at it. And so that's just unfortunately the way it works. Now, it's kind of interesting about how Gabby's death has affected EZ. It's changed him. It's changed him. And, the sad part about it, when I bring up Emily, I feel like it's changed him to the point where that it's just going to be conflicts with Emily. They're going to love each other and hate each other. And she's going to be like, what have you become? And he's going to be like, I'm sorry, I become this way because blah, 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 this. And I'm really a good guy deep, deep down, even though I do these terrible things. Well, actions speak louder than words, buddy. That's the way I kind of feel towards it. I mean, when I saw that episode, that scene where Easy's looking at himself in the bathroom and then he goes out. I mean, you can tell he looks tortured. He goes out there and is just talking to Manny about, oh man, it's so sad about what happened to Conche. Really? Really? I kind of feel like if you can play that off so dang well and you can do these things like what he's done, I feel like you're just cold blooded. I feel like that's just a character that is just that way. I feel like they even tried to hint at that when it come to him going to his father. What was that scene about? What was that scene ever supposed to be about in the first place? Where Easy goes to his father and just is like, hey, I killed Gabby. Why did his father need to know about that? Why did Easy feel like out of all the people to talk to about that, he had to go talk to his father about that? What, so his father can hate him? Is that what he's wanting? To hate him as much as he hates himself? Are we really going to go down that route? Because that's the way it kind of felt. Kind of felt like it was just a little left turn that we really didn't need to see. Felipe didn't need to know what Easy had done in that situation. And if he did know, he needed to know the full details of it. And you can say whether he would care or not care. At the same time, I just feel like that was a wasted scene, but that was just a really bad acted scene all the way around. It just wasn't good. So yeah, I like the idea that Easy is haunted. I don't like the idea of the way that they're portraying it at such a speed of having him go down this route so quickly. I feel like that's too much of a change in the character. We need to see the constant progression. We got to see a little bit of the progression when it come to Jax from SOA. We got to see the progression of, okay, he's getting this way, he's getting this way, he's getting this way, and now he's capable of doing anything at that stage. And I kind of, especially after Opie's death, and I feel like that is where we're at right now with Easy, except he's done it in about 2 episodes where it took Jax like 5 seasons to be that way. And so, yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I really, truly do see, judging by Manny's reaction to Easy, that Manny does not really believe him about what actually happened. I think we're going to see Manny as a traitor to Easy or try to kill Easy on down the line simply because what he did to Conche. And I don't blame him. I really don't, because it's like you said. He said, I saw a different person than what you saw. And I totally that's going to be an interesting storyline that is going to probably another storyline that's going to go into next season. And it's going to be interesting to see exactly how that turns out, especially with Easy saying, hey, you need to be, go up to be vice president. And you have, of course, Easy as vice president right now. It's going to be kind of interesting to see how that lines up. I would not be shocked if next season you have Alvarez's exit and you have Easy as the main head, and then you have maybe somebody like Manny that is stays with the club and is introduced as vice president. That would be interesting. And then of course Manny finds out what Easy actually did to Conche, and then the war begins with that. That would be a cool turn that I would love to see. But we'll just have to see on that. Conche's death, I don't know how I feel towards it. Um, I didn't care that Conche died. I really didn't. I just felt like Alvarez sending him, knowing his history with the Santa Padre, and then sending him to be over them, and then expecting him to come back alive was just dumb, absolutely dumb. And it's like Alvarez never caught on to that. I'm like, he was literally in a room by himself with Easy. And you don't think that's a bit suspicious? Like, I don't know. I feel like somebody's going to find out about something about that. And I feel like when that happens, we're going to be seeing, probably Alvarez's death, because Easy's going to have to hush it up or he's going to get killed by the club. So, I mean, that could be a good way that they maybe take out Alvarez a little bit in the future as well. But that's going to be cool to see. But, yeah, overall, I mean, we had Galindo showing back up. They're trying to bring him back. I don't hate it. I just don't necessarily love it. I like that they're kind of doing that with El Banquero's sister, where that he's going to be kind of taking on, his own little, cartels. I don't mind cartel wars. I just didn't like it when it was dealing with Mayans too much. But it'll be interesting, if we maybe see some cartel wars. I would be cool with that. And again, like I said, when it come to the other big thing with the Adelita, she's going to be gone. Like, she's going to be gone by the end of the season. Angel's going to be stuck with the kid. And that's that. I mean, that's basically this episode in a nutshell when it comes to all that. I thought overall, I mean, it was a decent episode. I thought there was that one bad scene when it come to Easy and his father. You take that out. I thought overall it was interesting. It was interesting that, we had Tazza saving Bishop's life, and then kind of just being like, hey, man, we're even now after, you saved me from killing myself and all that other stuff. And I'm like, you know what? That's cool. If they end that storyline right there, I'm fine with that. But overall, I mean, I would give it probably about a 7 out of 10. I did enjoy this episode. Really did. I thought there was very few scenes that were wasted. I thought trajectory, like I said, was a little bit too quick for my liking. But I don't have a problem with that trajectory taking place, though. I just wish it would have been drawn out a little bit more. But anyways, guys, let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Do you love it? Do you hate it? Don't forget to catch us on Rumble and Minds as well. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Y'all take care.